Start 106 in a row coming up. How proud of you were that?
I don't know. Yeah, it's great. I've been really fortunate to have a healthy, relatively career to this point. So hopefully we can keep that going this year. I'd love to add 17 more of them at least. So just one at a time. Yeah.
How do you feel going into this season?
Feel good. I think we had a really good training camp. We've the coaches all did a phenomenal job. Players, the strength and conditioning and the sports science staff really put together a plan to try and keep us healthy and do some things that have plagued us the last couple of years, I think. And we're pretty healthy going into this first week, so I feel really good about that.
This is your third head coach that's going to be. This will be his first game as an NFL head coach, and the first two had some pretty impressive debuts.
Yeah.
If you recall how you felt prior to those games with Chip and with Doug, how do you feel this compares, and how does it differ in terms of what we may see, because we don't know much?
Yeah, I mean, and they have a new head coach, right? So, there's going to be a lot of new things happening. I'm sure both teams have been hiding things all preseason. You're getting a lot of their base stuff, but they're going to everybody's hiding the stuff that they're really excited to run during the season. So, whenever you're playing a game with a coach who's, we're going into his first one, you're always, anticipating. You're kind of a little bit of unknown, how it's going to go, how the flow of the game's going to go, how it's going to get called, all that stuff. And, I thought Nick did a great job in the preseason. I thought he did a great job in the joint practices. So I expect that to continue. And, when you're a new coach, everybody's still trying to figure you out. I still remember Chip Kelly when we were out there, and we put up, 50-some points, I think, against Washington in his debut, and had over 50-some plays in the first half run with that tempo. So, obviously a little bit different offense now, but, I'm excited to actually go out there and do this for the first time with Nick and with this team.
After a decade, Jordan Mailata came here and couldn't even know how to put on a helmet when he first came here. Did you think in that moment that he could be lining up as a starting left tackle here?
Well, obviously anybody can look at Jordan Mailata and think he can play starting left tackle in the NFL. I think, there's the skill set was there, the physicality, the size, the athleticism, all that's there. So but that's obviously not enough to play in the NFL. You got to have the ability to, run the plays called, be disciplined, do the proper techniques, the proper fundamentals, everything that, Nick talks about pretty much, right? So I think that, Jordan was very, very raw when he first got here. And that first year, I think everybody was just kind of waiting to see how he progressed. And, to see how far he's come in the short time he's been here, really, especially with how young he was and how green he was when he first started playing, with the Eagles, I think it's remarkable, really, even given the size and athleticism and all the physical traits that he possesses. He's really embraced everything else as well. And it's been fun to watch his maturity. It's been fun to watch him grow, and I think he's going to have an outstanding year. He had a great training camp, had a good end of last year. So, I'm fired up for him.
Jason, on the outside, I don't think a lot of people know what to expect from this Eagles team. New coach, a new little team. In your opinion, what do you think we can expect? What can fans expect from this football team this year?
Well, I don't know what, I don't want to lay out expectations other than, what fans should expect is a team that's going to go out there, fight for everything they have, and lay it all on the line. That's really the number one thing that you want out of any team, especially in this city. So I think that, we're going to be tough, physical, hard-nosed, play football the right way, and, let the games come back to ultimately our coaching and ultimately what we've just been installing for the last 6 months, which is, the entire offense, all the fundamentals, all the technique, and all that stuff. So, that's what I expect, and I think as long as we do that, the win columns will take care of themselves.
Captains this year, you and Brandon and Fletcher, linemen who have been here a decade plus, probably not a coincidence. Yeah. What has it meant to you and to the organization to have that type of stability for that long?
Yeah, well, obviously, the line play often overlooked, I guess, but it's crucial in terms of building a cohesive defense or offense. It it's something you need the skill positions to win games, no doubt, but having poor offensive lines and defensive lines will lose you games really quick. And, we've been fortunate to, first of all, draft really, really good players in those positions. We've been fortunate enough to invest in those positions, which makes us our ability to function and our ability to call plays easier. So I think that the fact that we have some guys that have played really, really well along the O-line and D-line for a long time, that's something that we clearly value here, and all of us make each other better. And I know I've gotten better this entire training camp going up against Javon Hargrave and Fletcher Cox. There's no doubt about that. So, that's kind of something we've always held our hat on here, is having, good players up front on both sides.